In the quiet village of Umyuk, a place where the wind still whispered secrets to the trees and ancestors, walked in silence, a strange tale unfolded. It is not the kind of story you tell children at night because this one is real. They say she disappeared for 7 moons, and when she returned, she came with a baby no one could see. Chimamanda was born on the day lightning struck the village shrine. The elders took it as a sign. Some said she was blessed. Others whispered that she was cursed. Her eyes were like no other, bright silver, like the moon dancing on water. As Chimamanda grew, boys admired her beauty, but the elders warned them, that one is not for you. Leave her be. She would often sit by the river, speaking to herself, or so it seemed. Sometimes she laughed with no one around. Her mother, Mama Ijike, tried everything, prayers, herbs, fasting. But Chimamanda remained different. Then, one evening after the new moon, she vanished. The village searched for days. Hunters combed the forest. Her mother wailed at the shrine, offering kola and goat. The chief called dibias, but their cowries could not find her. Then on the 7th moon, she returned. No one saw her walk in. She was simply standing in the compound, with her face glowing like she had touched heaven, or something beyond, and in her arms she cradled something. She rocked it, sang to it, spoke softly, but when the villagers looked, they saw nothing. Where is the child? She's mad. It's witchcraft. But Chimamanda insisted, he is my son. His name is Obiajulu, the joy of my heart. She bathed him with air. She fed him with nothing. Yet, her breasts leaked milk. Her clothes were stained with real life. When she sang, children cried without reason. Dogs barked at the wind. The village grew restless. One night, the elders summoned her to the square. Who is the father of this spirit child? She raised her eyes to the moon and said calmly, his name is Ezelim. He is not of this world. He came from the river on the 7th night, dressed in white. He took me to his kingdom, where the trees have no shadows and voices live in the wind. He married me under the water. I belong to him now. Her mother wept daily. You should have died instead, she cried. Better dead than bearing a child no one sees. The village priest, Okamolu, visited their compound. He threw white chalk, salt, and red feathers. Suddenly, Chimamanda screamed, you're hurting him, stop it. You're hurting my baby. But to the priest, it looked like she was screaming at air. He dropped his staff and ran. That child is not from the land of the living, he muttered. And she is no longer fully human. One cold evening, 3 village boys decided to test her madness. They crept up behind her, the river, where she was playing with Obiajulu. Laughing, they threw a stone at the spot she was cradling. Suddenly, the wind roared. The river rose like a beast. One of the boys was swept in and never came out. Chimamanda turned, her eyes white and glowing. You touched what you cannot see. Now you'll feel what you cannot fight. The remaining boys ran back, shaking like trees in harmattan. That night, the village held an emergency meeting. The oracle was summoned. He came barefoot, with cowries that smelled of blood. The girl has crossed the line, he said. She married a spirit without permission from the land. Her presence threatens the balance. The chief rose, his voice trembling. Shall we kill her? No, the oracle replied. But she must return what does not belong to this world, or both worlds will suffer. Mama Ijike fell to her knees. Please, spare my daughter. But Chimamanda smiled. You cannot separate me from my son. You will lose more than you fear. That night, 6 chickens died in their cages. The next morning, the village stream ran red, not blood, but palm oil thick as warning. On the 8th moon, Chimamanda walked to the river, wearing a white wrapper and coral beads no one gave her. Women wailed behind her. Men watched from behind trees. As she stepped into the water, a voice called her name, not from the land, but from below. Chimamanda. She looked back once. Tell them, I only wanted to be loved. Then she disappeared beneath the water. This time, forever. The wind stopped. The river calmed. In her mother's compound, a child's laughter echoed for the last time. Years later, children playing by the river say they hear a baby giggle when the moon is full. Some say he grew under the water, learning the ways of the spirits. They say he will return a man that no one can touch, born of two worlds, bearing his mother's tears and his father's mystery. And if you ever hear your name whispered by the river at night, don't answer. The village of Umyuk tried to move on. The shrine was cleansed. The river was avoided. But strange things lingered like smoke after fire. Children began to dream of a woman in white, singing lullabies they never heard before. In the dreams, she would whisper, "You will never be alone." In one house, a young mother woke up to find her baby giggling at nothing, reaching up as if being lifted by invisible hands. At the compound of the boy who escaped the river's wrath, his shadow refused to move when he did. The elders grew afraid. They had tried to silence a mother's love from another world. But love, especially the love born of a spirit union, doesn't die. Mama Ejai caged faster than time allowed. She stopped talking. She would sit outside her hut, staring at the river for hours, calling, "Obiajulu, Obiajulu, where are you?" One night, a passerby saw her smiling, holding the air like a baby. "He's grown now," she said softly. His father sent him back to say goodbye. By morning, she was gone, her wrapper folded neatly, her staff leaning against the tree, and a trail of wet footprints leading to the river. 20 years passed. The story faded into whispers until a stranger came to Umyuk. He wore all white. His eyes sparkled like water under the full moon. He said his name was Obiajulu. He spoke slowly, calmly, as if every word weighed more than silence. The people laughed at first. The ghost child has returned. But when he touched the sick, they were healed. When he sang, the birds gathered. When he prayed, the skies changed. The oracle bowed before him without being told to. The trees swayed without wind. Obiajulu gathered the elders. "I come not to harm but to balance," he said. "You tried to erase me. You judged my mother, but I am part of this world and the next. I am the bridge between the living and the unseen." He raised a calabash filled with water from the spirit world. In it, everyone saw the day Chimamanda was taken under not by force, but by choice. She loved. She was loved. But you feared what you didn't understand. And then he said the words that echoed through all of Igboland. One day, every village will face what Umyuk faced. A spirit will love a human. And when that day comes, may you choose mercy, not fear. Today, in Umyuk, if you visit the riverbank, you'll see a statue. A woman in white, eyes closed, arms outstretched, as if holding something the world cannot see. And beside her, a boy with no face, only light. At night, some say the statue weeps. Some say it sings. Some say you can hear a baby laugh between the trees. But all agree on one thing. The love between Chimamanda and her spirit husband was never evil. It was simply misunderstood. They said she was mad, but all she did was love beyond the boundary of this world. In many African stories, spirits and mortals walk side by side, and sometimes their union changes everything. If you were touched by this story, type Chimamanda Lives in the comments. And don't forget to share, subscribe, and follow for more powerful African tales.